Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terraforming the Red Planet Awaits, which is to say we're picking up the beginning of a new scenario. So yeah, new game. We'll have the tutorial turned off. Don't need that as a point of confusion. In the last part, we completed the Red Planet Awaits, the base scenario, on basically the tutorial difficulty, which was the first difficulty. With the maximum sort of reward. Let's do a slightly different scenario. Instead of doing the Red Planet Awaits, let's move on to the base difficulty for the Red Path, which is pretty similar in expectation difficulty. Our goal is different. The goal now is to produce 4 of each of the sort of planetary resources. So once more, back to Mars. Back to a empty Mars with our one and only colony. So because this isn't the tutorial, we're given 3 different choices. We can pick balanced and one of, I believe, 2 flavored choices. And I think there's a couple different choices for the alternatives, right? So in this case, we've got life, which is we get to pick a life form project at the start and start with enough food to immediately place the habitation module. We got celestial, which is increase the element of celestial body by 1. We get an explore celestial body card, I think is what's going on here. Or we can go balanced. I think I'm going to go balanced here just because I don't think either of these two are going to go super heavily beneficial to the red path. I might be wrong, and there might be stuff that goes in celestial that would work pretty well. But no, we'll go balanced. And then we need to pick our leader. And we've got different leaders than we did last time to pick from. So we've got Tariq Fraid here, who's the security expert. Unlike the last one where we had a silicate boost guy, this one's a water boost guy. So if you get 3 water, you get an extra water. This would basically mean that we only have to produce 3 water, because then this would kick in and give us the 4th water. Police station can be played once, makes 3 support per turn. We're probably not going to use overwork. So it'd basically be Explorer, which everyone's going to have, Police Station, and the Water Boost. Or Stanislav, Space Exploration guy. Gain 2 support per turn for every new celestial body you develop an outpost on. Okay. Found a city using robotic headquarters instead of the normal headquarters. That's interesting. Off-Mars exploration. Increase the celestial development level of a celestial body to an outpost level 1. Okay. We haven't done anything with celestial bodies in the tutorial, or the tutorial sort of version, so I'm not sure how good that is. I think we're going to stick with Mr. Water Guy here, because we need to work with water. We need to make 4 water, so we need to at least activate the water boost once. And the police station looks like it'll be potentially quite useful. So we're going to drop into the outpost. I need to figure out where I'm going to place the headquarters. Thinking here. Yeah. I'm going to place the greenhouse farm here. That'll allow us to do a triplet farm like we did last time in theory. Back out. We are going to want to get exploring. We got a large nitrate deposit potentially and a large titanium deposit. I think we need titanium to set mines up, so let's explore that large titanium deposit. And then obviously that'll be our first turn here. We know where nitrates are. Another farm would not be bad, so I'm thinking we're going to go to the tuber farm here. We're going to drop back into the outpost. We're going to place the habitation module. So now we have 2 people. If we need more space down here, we can clear one of the rocks. Let's also... Yeah, I'm going to do more exploration. We do want to place the PlayStation once, at least. Once per city, I think. We'll do exploration, and we'll explore the nitrates. Oops. And yeah, we got one expand. We're going to expand it to the titanium, and we're going to set the titanium up right away. The next expand, obviously, is to the nitrates, and then we'll probably explore the circle around us. So, next turn. I'm leaning towards the habitation module here. Because we don't know where we're going to hit tritium yet. And the habitation module will at least give us another expand so we can get the nitrate going. Okay, so we got the nitrates. So let's clear that rock, place the tuber farm. That will double our food output. And then we've played our abilities. Let's... Whoops. I didn't want the tuber farm placed. And then that means... Well, that means in 12 turns we can place the habitation module and get the nitrates. There's our trade route. Robot hub right away would actually give us a lot of stuff, so let's think about that. That is a high plateau. Okay, so let's jump in. I do want that robot hub. We got no adjacency to take advantage of with the robot hub right now, so we're just going to plop it there. That gave us an expand. In fact, that gave us 2 expands. We're only going to use one of them right now. Whoops. I wanted to use the expand and not go into the city. And we're going to get the nitrates going. Unlike the titanium, I don't necessarily know what I'm going to be using the nitrates for right away, so we are going to trade the nitrates away for power. Yeah. We are going to want to power, so that's probably the tritium thermo generator. We'll pick that up then. Or the large water deposit. Got a little bit extra food there. So yeah, if we get a double expand, we could go ahead and pick that water up. In fact, that is a gigantic one. Oh, interesting. That's a +3. Okay, so if we get that gigantic one going, that would actually get us our entire water goal. So our goal is get 4 of each of the resources. 4 of each of the Earth or the planetary resources: water, nitrates, silicates, titanium, and tritium. So obviously getting 4 water would be glorious. It would complete that objective for us. Here's our free satellite. Self-improving complex AI. Our target's given the blueprint for new megastructure. So which megastructure do we want to be working towards? We'll pick the deep core one. That one at least fits our vibe. Not sure if we're actually going to build it. Entertainment center. This would provide a decent amount of support. Reaper adjacent. Bus station would provide more expansion, so we get mining quicker, but we don't know where the where we're going to get tritium from. We've got something that's requesting tritium. We don't have silicates. And that's adjacent science buildings. We got no science buildings to start with. Okay, so yeah, definitely the entertainment center here. We are prepared to actually just go ahead and place that right away. So let's place that right away. Okay, I can build the first step of this megastructure, apparently. Next one's 20 power upgrade. Okay. So we're gonna... So we got 2s. We don't... Or we do have a couple 3s we can explore. In fact, one of the 3s is the large tritium. So let's play large to get that, to find the large tritium. So we know if we get there, we can get some tritium. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so right now it's 3 away from whatever we're working with. Let's explore the nitrate mine as well. Okay, that got us enough tritium. We can get the power plant down. This doesn't want to be next to people, so we want to kind of shove it up in a corner somewhere where it's not going to be next to people. Next to that farm will work fine for that task. And we use our skill for the turn, so yeah, let's go ahead and cycle the turn. Space Exploration Moon emissions. Mercury, Europa, or Io. Such that the have a shortage of water, meaning that if you sell 40 water or more, it'll gain 1 development point. Shortage of nitrates, give us some ocean. Tritium, give us some silicates. Okay, so we probably want the mercury one. Ooh, this is an awkward situation where we kind of want both of these. Waste incinerator will give us more power. We'll go soil factory because we've got some power for the moment. Yeah, so this, if we export enough water, would in theory give us like half our tritium requirements. We're not making any water yet, so let's not get too tied down to it. Oh, and that's once it's set up. So I gotta set up once doing power, and then from then on it's water to raise it. Is the reliable way to raise it. Okay. Can I get back to Mars? Is a good way. How do we get back to Mars from here? Yeah, it worked. Okay. Explore or... Oh, that's large into water as well. Go and explore large into water. That one's just a regular aquifer, so that's just a regular 1-level mine. We do probably want that large one instead. Okay. So let's cycle the turn. Okay, our comfort requirements have gone up, but we had had what we needed for that, so that wasn't an issue. Pick the laboratory here so we can actually get some science. Okay, and our cap will cap out at 5 with the house going down, so we'll save up for the house. And then we'll dump the science somewhere. Oh, I need to get rid of the rock, which isn't a problem, it's just a power. Let's also go ahead and plop the police station at this point. Okay, cycle the turn. Urban planning. When you find a city, starts with an expansion. Space-like conditions, +1 support for every turn, for every new trade route you create. 3 permanent project proposals increases you do increase the amount of projects you can research by 1. Okay. I think we'll do urban planning here. We'll go with another tuber farm here, I think. Which now means I do actually want that coming in, which means we don't actually want to export the power for the moment. Yeah, well, actually, if anything, we probably export the titanium for the moment. Taking food for the moment so we can get to the expansion up and get the aquifer down. The large ship dislocates. That is a 4-cost one, so I'm thinking we'll probably do that with the satellite. We'll do a 2-cost with the there. So we got 22. Found a lava tube. So that is a place where we could, in theory, put a city. It would be a fairly happy city because it's got radiation protection to make up for, well, the fact that we got no atmosphere on the planet. So yeah, that wouldn't be a bad expand layer. If we get that after the urban planning is done, that'd be real nice. Okay, there's the food we needed. Okay, with that, we now got 2 expansions. We can expand there and there. And I'm short some power. Okay, we'll undo that for the moment because we're going to want the power specifically to do that, if that makes sense. With that, we also don't need the food anymore, so we'll import power to get to that 12 power quicker. Probably go to the robot hub for the second city, because we'll probably be looking at the second city soon. Okay. Change leaders. So this guy's out, next guy in. An artificial intelligence, 3 science for every 6 robots we construct. That may make a little bit of sense. 2 more products are proposed this turn, gain 3 science, generate 5 power. And might work for the fact that we've got a power demand. Or every time we found a new city, gain +2 support per turn. +1 comfort. Industrial lobbying. So that gives 1. Well, that gives 5 resources. This will give us 5 power. Our whole goal here is to generate resources, so I think we're going to go with power on demand instead of resources on demand, so that we can have power for things. Oh yeah, obvious. We'll grab the landing pad. It's a good thing to drop in there. And instead of exploring, we're going to do the energy savings here. So we can set that mine up right now. And there we go. First of 5 objectives completed. We have all the water we need. Well, all the water production we need. Maybe debatable when we have all the water we need. Which obviously means we're making way too much water. So let's export water. We have a way to get power sort of on demand now, at least for the next 10 turns. What do we need? We need food right now. So I can get that second city set up. So let's start working on that. Cost power, plus support for every planet location, upgrading support or comfort of living owned by the city. No, that's not really what we're looking for here. Robots in the city provide extra expansion points. We're thinking about putting a lot of robots in the second city, so that wouldn't be a bad idea. Or exhaust processor. Well, exhaust processor would give us 1 silicate right now. Get us 1/4 of the way to the silicate goal. Or we can get more expansions, which would in theory help us build out a city quicker. To acquire more mines. I think we'll hold off because we don't. Right now, we know the next city is going to have 2 robots, which would provide 2 expansion points, but we don't really have the science. And we can immediately make use of this a little bit better, I think. Okay, I think we're going to open up trade. We're going to get the urban planning done a little quicker here. And then we'll go ahead and take energy savings instead of exploring. Because we've got some stuff we can do with energy. We've got some stuff we can do with nitrates, to be fair, but need a couple turns for that to pan out. Choose the new approach: interstate construction. City buildings cost 10% resources. Regional buildings cost 20% resources. Megastructures. I think it's a toss-up between the first 2 here. Regional buildings would be things like the mines on the planet. City buildings are things that go in the city. Minimize that event pop-up for the moment. New technology is just twice as fast. Not sure if that's what we want. Landing pad. Probably the landing pad out of those ones, actually. Yeah, I think the answer is going to be city buildings for the pending event. Take the 10% city building cost. That does allow us to build the tuber farm right now. So let's go ahead and get that tuber farm down. Increasing our food production, getting us the next city just that little bit quicker. We'll also take the energy saver. And with that, get some silicate income. Atmosphere, oxygen, atmosphere. We're going to do atmosphere, oxygen. If we're actually going to play that. Space colony habitat. Modules. I think we'll skip on that. We don't really need that. Not really worried about the tuber farm. We will probably want housing for the next city, so we'll grab that one. Oh, wait, so I can explore or I can generate power. Okay, we're going to make the science for this next turn, even though I'm not importing science. Let's try to get the extra Martian exploration mission going. So in which case we want to import power, or ship power for that. In which case I think we want power savings. Another tritium generator for more power. Or another entertainment center. Let's do another tritium one for power. Go ahead and play urban planning. That way, the next city with, well, actually, let's, instead of, we're going to delay this again. Stop you for the moment. I want 2 more water, or 2 more food. And we'll else to play the city next turn. Nope, never mind. We just got gifted what we need to pay the city this turn. So we will play the city this turn. In which case we don't need to. Well, no, we're gonna play the water. Play. Thinking maybe the Martia might want, but no, we're probably still want the Martian thing going quicker. And the Lobatu here will be our city. I'm going to have to spend a lot of power clearing this out for functional usage. But in the meantime, we immediately get 1 spot Let's slap that one spot down for what? Do I want tritium right away? Or do I think I want the trade capacity right away, so we can get the launch pad down. Speed you up. Grab more power. Drop in here, and I do want to clear some space. So we can immediately get you plopped down. Okay. And then we can cycle the turn. Space Elevator Mega Project. Trade routes might be useful because we're going to have a lot of things that might not be the things we want. Yeah, I think for our red planet quest. Oh, we got hit with a sandstorm. Repair costs are 8 power. Okay, just repair this right away. We'll go robots here. Plop in here. We need to repair you. Repair you. Okay. So that's cleared up all the damage. Also delayed us doing very much anything, to be fair, this turn. Bit of a shame. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Trade District. Come to the pros dedicated district to expand our city in a pre-planned direction. So spaceport, planning pad, spaceport, life district, or exploration district. We're gonna go trade. Auction Factor. In theory, we could grab the Auction Factor and actually play it right away, which is, I think, what we'll do. Because it can be played right away. If it couldn't be played right away, we wouldn't probably want it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and slap that somewhere, and that somewhere is gonna be there. Okay, and then for our trade route, we're going to grab one of you coming in for a water going out. This will complete. We'll have 4 titanium. Honestly, I probably want more than 4 titanium. But, and actually, there'll be a way we can get more than 4 titanium. One of our explorations can probably be a titanium. Yeah, we can explore here, and that'll get us a titanium. Or we can explore here and get a titanium. Okay. Space hotels, that would actually make sense. We had a lot of stuff we want to put out just in the useless things. The windmill is less interesting here. Rover isn't not interesting, but we're having tritium titanium issues at the moment. Whereas the space hotels at least is taking up a spot that we have available. So we enable this. Set you up. There we go. We are getting 1 titanium per turn. Every 40 water we export, we'll move up the mercury one more step. So the next one will be mercury and solar panels, which we presumably, well, it's going to cost 30 silicon to build that. So we're probably just going to ignore the first one here and go straight to the third one. Impact us. And to be fair, we're going to be exporting more, so we got lots of water for some reason. Okay, I need, like, titanium and power. To get the stuff being built. So yeah, I think that place, goes nitrates, and... Though, what? Is that worth... It's a 2 power extract. You don't actually have very many threes, so it might just be worth throwing off the satellite there. So we got the ability to toss down robo hubs. We're going to go ahead and do energy savings. And we are going to be mainly focusing on water exports. Do you want more titanium or do you want more power? Thinking power. Something like that. And the reason being is I need the power to get the space cleared from our robo-hubs to get my expansions out to get the resources in. Because we've got the ability to get another 4 more expansions here pretty quickly. We can check with the other city before I toss that down. What is the cost to move? Or just say relocate you? Okay, so that take a force abort hit. Because we probably want to do a neighboring bonus thing with the housing. But at the moment we're just going to have to toss the rebel hubs somewhere. We'll toss one there. And then we'll move them, take the hit in a bit. Okay, so let's cycle the turn again. Okay, where do we want to go next? Venus, which allows us to get heat for the cost of support. Ceres, which allows us to get titanium at level 1, water at level 2, water at level 3. So the first level wouldn't be very bad, but we're less interested in the rest of the levels. Nitrates. Yeah, I'm liking the titanium one here. We're going to Ceres. Though it didn't give us the project we need to start that colony. Road paver is probably what we want to go with. Okay, so we got a little bit of an awkward problem here. And I think the solution to the awkward problem is we're going to trash one of those landing pads. Or that science value. Because otherwise we're just going to run out of space. We got 2 expands here. We can use one immediately to get another mine going. Do I want tritium? Yeah, I think we probably want tritium. Start coming in first. And then trade-wise, need the titanium coming in, because at least for 2 more turns we can take energy saver here. To get the colony expanding quickly, or get the power coming in quickly enough. And we get these mines up. Cries when rainfall, we got a way to sort that. We'll take that one because that one can actually possibly play. Yes, that's the thing we need to set the colony up, so we'll pick that up. And then I think we'll take power. The last time we'll take power from that guy. Get the mine set up. Oh, and that's interesting because I technically didn't need that mine. Didn't need the water from that mine. So I could put something else there instead of a mine. But no, I think we'll still put the mine there. We'll be resource greedy. Get excessive resources. Because, well, in this case, we're mainly exporting water, so it makes sense to have excess water. Okay, new leader. Out with Mr. Robot. in with either efficient cornerstones or diplomacy. Number of trade routes goes up 1 for every 3 new trade routes we set up. Okay. +1 support per trade route provided by the city. Because support a second time. Gain support one explorer, or double the power cost and produce 10 atmosphere. All buildings you construct in the cities this turn cost 2 fewer resource. Resource management center. Adjacent food producing buildings produce food. Adjacent science produces science. Adjacent power produces power. Each megastructure costs 3 of each resource. I think I'm going to try to mostly avoid the megastructures right now. They're not quite jiving with what we are doing. We'll go with the trade boost. We'll go with greenhouse, because otherwise we're over cap on things. That's something we can just get outplayed. Okay. So, probably wants to be in this colony. Again, the agency doesn't really matter here, so we just drop it for the moment. Get it down. Over here, I'm gonna burn some power to get this rock cleared. We'll go ahead and play the embassy here. Waiting for 20 nitrates here to get the soil factory down. Large amount of silicates. Let's use you. Get some silicates, get some water. So we got 2 silicate locations. So if we can get the robot hub down, okay, we now have the expansions to go get those mines set up. And then we'll probably be looking for a new city location, the exploration. Yeah, we're mainly focusing on importing titanium. So as we might want to swap over to doing the trade ports, which is more trade, connect to the cities, provides bigger benefits, that sort of stuff. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Which would be basically tear up the 2 landing pads and replace them with spaceports right now. Grab a laboratory. We're more likely to have space for a laboratory somewhere. Public baths we could play. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just dump that for the moment. Public baths does what it does better in that spot. And we do have the titanium to place some of the silicates, so that's what we'll do. Get one of the silicate mines going. And yeah, we need more titanium. We don't really need large titanium deposits. That's something we're also going to be looking for. Oh, I don't have any power, so I'm going to do City of the Year on you. Get more support. Slap the lab down if I've got power. Don't have power. Oh, we're in an awkward position where we're not going to have enough power next turn for what we want to do. If we go with that titanium payload. So we'll take power in instead. At least then we can start exploring. Mine large asteroid. We'd have 8 turns to ship 28 silicates up to it. In which case we get it. Oh no, ship 8 power 8 titanium up to it. Things we're desperate for to get a thing we're really not desperate for. We'll let it pass and just take the silicate. And take the support. Eco homes. Science and food. Hydroponics is a bunch of water. And it's a bunch of water that we have a lot of. So, load balancing station. Yeah, we'll pick up load balancing station. Use silicates to build that, which is a good thing. And then we'll slap you down. That'll get us more power, let us to get the rocks clear and get more buildings down. Do we have places where we could do for 2? Yes, we have quite a few places we can do for 2. Don't know if that's going to get you anywhere. Ooh, power. Need that. What do we want to do with that power? Come in here, clear a rock. Place the lab? Yeah. Okay. Looking at the time, probably coming up where I should go ahead and put a part break in. I feel like we're doing pretty good on this scenario. We're 23 turns in. We've got 1 objective overly done out of the 5. And then we basically, summation between the other 4, we've basically got 2 objectives done. So we're about, I'd say about halfway done. We'll see how quickly we can get the rest of it done. So until the next part, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow because I'm going to continue recording more parts today. If you're watching Twitch, I'm going to take a short break just to sip a little bit of tea, and then we'll get right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.